So hello friends, so today we are going to start with this first sum. So I'm reading the first sum for you. Messrs. Jayashree, the manager of Tata Mutual Fund, submits the following information. At the beginning of the year, the number of units outstanding is 1 crore units of rupees 10. The investment is at a cost of 10 crores and the market value is 16 crores. The outstanding liabilities is 5 crores. Now additional information is 20 lakh units were sold during the year at 24 per unit. No additional investments were made during the year. 50% of the investments held at the beginning of the year were quoted at 80% of the book value. 10% of the investments declined permanently 10% below cost. Outstanding liabilities at the end of the year were 1 crore. Remaining investments were quoted at 13 crore. Now friends, what we have to understand in this problem is that at the beginning of the year they have given us the net asset value. I will be explaining what is net asset value, and they have given some additional information so that we can get the net asset value at the end of the year. So now we are moving to the sum. Okay, now we are doing a concept, and this particular concept is calculation of the net asset value. So we are doing this concept, calculation of the net asset value. Now what do you mean by the net asset value? Now this is a fund manager, and this fund manager is having the funds of the investors. Now this fund manager is going to invest the money into certain assets. The assets may be shares, the assets may be bonds, the assets may be in the form of debentures, the assets may be in the form of cash balance, and there would be certain liabilities. The liabilities would be, the salary would be payable to the staff who handles the fund. There would be certain accrued expenses or outstanding expenses. So when I deduct asset minus liability, I'll get something which is called the net asset value. And this net asset value I am going to divide by the number of units. So what I am going to get, my friends, is I am going to get net asset value of 1 unit. Net asset value of 1 unit of mutual fund. So right now in the problem what we are going to study is we have to find the position of the fund, that is the revised position of the assets and the liabilities. Then we are going to deduct all the assets and the liabilities. Then we are going to have net asset value. This we are going to divide by the number of revised units. So we are going to have a net asset value of 1 unit at the year end. So this is what we are going to study right now. Now so this is something extra which I am doing to make you understand. So at the beginning of the year, the number of units outstanding is 1 crore units of rupees 10 each. So what we are going to do is we are having number of units which is 1 crore units, and it's having a value of 10 rupees. So 10 crore is the book value of the units. This is one thing which you should know. So number of units is 1 crore and 10 each. So the investment at cost, that is the book value of the investment, is 10 crores. Okay. Then we have the market value which is 16 crores. So what we have, so I will be making the part in dividing into two parts. One is the assets and other is the liability, and the position is of today. So what we are doing is we are analyzing the today's position. So today we are having a market value. This 10 crore is having a market value of 16 crores. Okay, so it is having a market value of 16 crores. Okay, and then we have outstanding liabilities at 5 crores. Okay, so we have an outstanding liability at 5 crore. So if you see that now, right now we are having a net asset value, that is asset minus liabilities, that is 16 minus 5. So we are having 11 crores as the net asset value. Now I want to find the net asset value per unit. So how I will find it? We have the overall net asset value. With this we are going to divide by the number of units. So right now we are having 11 crores and the number of units are 1 crore. So right now the net asset value is 11 rupees per unit. So I hope you have understood the position. So right now at the beginning the net asset value is 11 rupees per unit of mutual fund. So this is something extra which I have done for you so that you are able to analyze what is the position as of today. Now we are moving further. Now 20,000 units were sold during the year at 24 per unit. Okay, 20 lakh units were sold. So what do they mean? See, this is in particular investor, and say this is a fund manager. Now students, see what I am doing. The investor is going to pay money to the fund manager, and the fund manager is going to give units to the investor, and the investor is going to pay cash to the fund manager. So what is happening here is 20 lakh units were sold. So 20 lakh units were sold. It means the fund manager is giving 20 lakh units to the investor, selling 20 lakh units to the investor, and in return the investor is going to give cash to the fund manager. So 20 lakh units were sold during the year at 24 per unit. Okay, so 20 lakh units were sold at 24 per unit. So it will be 4 crore 80 lakhs. So the fund manager is going to receive 4 crore 80 lakh rupees. So this will be the cash position. Now what about the units? Right now the fund manager is having 1 crore units, and now he is having one more investor of 20,000 units. So the number of units are 20 lakh units. So right now what is happening to the fund position? The fund position is going to be 1.20 crores. So this you need to remember, my friends. So one more time I will be discussing. There is an investor, and this investor is going to give cash to the fund manager, and the fund manager is going to sell the units to the investor. So the fund manager is selling 20,000 units, and in return of these 20,000 units at the rate of 24, that is 4 crore 80 lakhs, the fund manager is having in its hand. Friends, we have to do the sum from the point of view of the fund manager, not from the point of view of the investor. So the fund manager is having in its fund 4.80 crore rupees of cash, and at the initial period the units were 1 crore. Now 20 lakh units more are there because the fund manager is having an additional investor of 20 lakh units. So the fund position is that the fund is having 1.20 crore of units right now. So now we are moving further. No additional investments were made during the year. So in other words, what they mean to say is that the fund manager is having 4 crore rupees of cash in his hand, but he has not spent this 4.80 crores to buy any additional investment. So the line is speaking about that part. So no additional investments were made during the year. Okay. Then 50% of the investments held at the beginning of the year were quoted at 80% of the book value. Okay. So now they are going to give you a revised, now you have to find the revised value of investments. Revised value of investments. Now 50% of the investments held at the beginning of the year were quoted 80% of the book value. Remember, this is 80% of the book value. So we were having total book value, we were having 10 crores book value of investments, book value of the investments. So 10 crore book value of investments we were having, and 50% of the investments. So 50% of the investments, so the investments right now are of 5 crore. Now what they have said that this 50% of the investments held at the beginning of the year were quoted at 80%. So their value has dropped and now they are quoted at 80%. So 5 crore into 80% is 4.5 into 80%, 5 into 80%. 4. So 4 crores. Okay, 5 into 80% is 4 crores. So now we have a revised value of investment which is 4 crores. So what I'm going to do is, okay, we're going to read further. I'm going to explain this one more time. Friends, the investment is having a book value of 10 crores. Out of this 50%, that is 5 crore of investments are there, and these investments have fallen in value and right now they are having a book value of 80%. That means from 5 crores the investment has come down to 4 crores. So this is one thing which we have understood. Now 10% of the investments decline permanently 10% below cost. Okay, so again they are telling that we are having 10 crore of investment. Out of this 10%, that is 1 crore of investments. So 10% of the investments decline permanently 10% below cost. So 10% below cost, I can assume it that the cost is 100, and 10% below cost, I can take it that the cost has gone down to 90%. So right now the cost has come down to 90%. So we have 0.90 crores. So the investment value has turned out to be 0.90 crores. Okay. Now we are going to read the fifth part right now. The remaining investments were quoted at 13 crores. Okay. So the remaining investments were quoted at 13 crores. Okay, now they are quoted at 13 crores. So the question arises here is, in this problem, is what about this cash balance? So as per your textbook, the authors have assumed that this cash balance of 4.80 crores, which is nothing but an asset, is included in this value of 13 crores. So they have not included 4.80 crores as cash balance. They have included the cash balance in this 13 crores value. So I will not be considering this cash balance. I am going by the author's opinion, that is Mumbai University, since the papers will be checked as per the solution provided by the university. So what I mean to say, friends, is that you can have an additional asset which is cash balance of 4.80 crores, and you can give a note that 4.80 crores is not included in this remaining value of investment, or as per the solution of the textbook, we are going to assume the same, that this cash balance of 4.80 crores is included in this value of 13 crores. So I hope I have made myself clear. Then we have outstanding liabilities at the end of the year, which is 1 crore. Okay, then we have liabilities which is 1 crore. So now friends, we are in the position to find the net asset value at the end of the year. Now we are on the last part of the question. So right now we have the net asset value at the end of the year. At the end of the year, which is 4 crores plus 0.90 crores plus 13 crores. So this amounts to 4 plus 0.90 plus 13 comes to 17.90 crores. Then we have our liabilities, and I think the outstanding liabilities at the end of the year is 1 crore. Okay, so from this we are going to subtract 1 crore. So right now we are going to have our net assets. So it will be 16.90 crore. This we are going to divide by the revised value of units, and our revised value of units is 1.20 crore. So now we are going to get the net asset value at 16.90 divided by 1.20. So we are going to get 14.083. Now remember friends, at the beginning the net asset value per unit was 11, and now at the end the net asset value is 14.083. I will be doing more sums in the upcoming lectures and increasing the number of sums done. Thank you.